Right, this is as per the last video. This is an example of that little diamond passing I was talking about. That's going to get us in gold. This is a great example. I seen it the other week, and it's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like I know it's Premier League, but like this is football. This is how we strive to fucking score goals. So this is an example. It's Brighton versus. Now, coming up, bear with me, lads. It's coming up now in a second. So I'll stop and explain. This is a chance prior to what I'm talking about. So here we are. Our centre guy pass. He's playing it. The guy in front, guy with back to goal. Overlapped run. Very fucking simple, boys. That was a good goal. Like, and that it works off what we were talking about in that last clip, in the last video. So it does work, and it's very simple and effective. If we put practice into it and repetition, it's going to work. It's going to, like, later on in the season, we're going to work. Later on in the season, and later on in the next few weeks, we're going to look at linking coming out of our defence with this kind of a play. Obviously, it's not going to work every time. We're not going to score 10 goals, but we need to be looking at creating at least 10 to 12 chances every game, and if not, we can converting 1, 2, 3, or 4 of them every time, if not every chance we get. So, like this, I know this is Premier League. This is a lot fast moving than what we'll be doing, but we can complement the same speed to our league. So to me, it's not unrealistic to be approaching this. I have another video here in case I got cut off. There might be a third video, lads. Okay. No, we're sound. So this is Chelsea doing this, basically doing the same thing as regards coming down the centre of the pitch. So the analysis here stops the game. So again, centre forward comes forward, plays a wee touch back. You're going to see now there's a wee bit of in-game instructions. We're not. If you want to listen to that yourself, there's the link. We played back. We link over the ball. So where's the centre? So what's happened here is ball's played back by this Tammy Abraham. So he's played the ball back to his centre, just like that little drill. Here's one of our wide players. He found himself in a channel. He spotted this channel. We quick look up, think, and he's in. Now this is what we were doing tonight. This is achievable. The only difference was with tonight, and we had no pressure doing it. So in the next couple of weeks, we will bring in the pressure, as long as provided we can get every man at training buying into this little style of play. It does work. It's very effective, and if we hammered into our methods, into our mentality, it's going to work for us. And it's all by repetition. So here's another example. Okay, this is a header. This time we knock down. We can see the runner starting to make his run. Sees the channel. It's simple, quick, effective, and sharp. So this guy here, if it all breaks down, he's always going to push up here as well. So in terms of our own team. So look, he's got the head ball. He's carried forward a wee bit. He's got his centre forward and his wide player ready to exploit that space. Yeah. So that's basically what we're looking at, boys. I know that's Premier League, but the drills that I'm doing for the past couple of years, I have been using this with these, but maybe I haven't been given the information. The information's been lacking. But it's becoming, the more and more I'm doing these things, it's becoming more and more important where in the pitch these drills are important, why we do it. It's all game based, so repetition is going to be important. The information is going to be important. You guys buying into it's going to be important, and most importantly of all, if it doesn't work in tomorrow's game, if it doesn't work on Saturday's game, we need to keep working on it. We need to keep making it our own. If somebody's not pulling their weight and you get fucking given out to, the reason being you're being given out to is because you're not doing what you've been asked to do. Very simple. If the shot's on, definitely turn and take it. No questions. If it goes in, brilliant. If it doesn't, hard luck. But you need to understand there are options coming for you. Going to show you one more. Going to go through one more thing. Again, I'm probably going to get cut off, so I'm probably going to have to start a third video here, boys. All right, so bear with me. No sound okay. Player job descriptions. Specific player position, specific job descriptions. Okay, so I'm going to try and bring in the goal to this, or I'm going to clear this up first, boys. 11v11. So ideally, same principle applies to what we've been doing the last couple of seasons, because when we do it well. So with all that attacking play I'm talking about there, that is just an extension of how we're going to defend. So the requirements of fullbacks and wingers running forward, running mental, and potentially midfielders, and just being smart with their play, that we can move forward in a sensible manner, is just complementing how we defend as a team. So what we've been doing for the past few years, other teams in possession, 2 banks of 4, really difficult for any team to penetrate. So even for teams playing 4-3-3, let's look at 4-3-3 here from an opposition, because we do face that a lot, and I know it can become difficult for us. So this is where we need to be giving out to our teammates if they're not pulling their weight. If we have second strike, this guy is always putting pressure here. The defence starts with this guy. So other teams in possession. We'll leave that back 4 there. So right. That, as you can see, if we keep these tight lines, very difficult to break down. Keep close, protect each other, and win the ball. So if the ball's won on this side, our first break, maybe to this guy, just like in that wee drill, play it down. This guy should be running. This guy could be running. We lay off. Right. This guy moves. So very important at all times. This guy, or this guy, or me, this guy and this guy, and plus the keeper, is keeping an eye on everything. We need to communicate better. We had a game there recently where the communication broke down. This guy went off tangent up here, and this guy probably tangent away in here, and these boys were right here, too fucking wide. So this is fucking vitally important. Keep this line. We move it up together. Okay, I'm asking the fullbacks to get forward when we're in attack. This guy here is your protection, the second midfielder. So when we're in attack, this guy is the bouncer. This guy is the insurance clause here that protects these guys here, because these guys are going to get forward. They're going to join the attack. They're going to be fit. The reason why they're doing this is because they're going to be fit enough to do it. And that's, if not in the next couple of days, the next couple, definitely before the new season starts. So we've pushed all these guys up. These wee passes can come anywhere now. We know what we're doing. We know how we're moving the ball. We know where we should be. If this ball comes out here, and this boy's looking at the birds down here, but he's not doing his fucking job, is he? So he needs to get up here, needs to be balling forward, so he can play this ball into him, so the overlap run can be made, and the ball can be played in here. So Again, we're going to get over this, talk over this more and more as the next few weeks closes in, and we're going to improve with this. We're going to stick by it. We're going to stick with the principles. We're going to stick with our defensive setup, our defensive unit. Two defensive walls, a 4 and a 5. With our, I'm going to pull up that clipboard again. Yeah, maybe actually we'll do it this way. So 11v11. No, we'll do it this way. Right, 11v11. Our defensive walls. Everyone back. 2 lines on the just outside the 18-yard. To try not to get pushed back into our own 18. And this second striker is back in here to defend. So we've got 3 in midfield to deal with the opposition's 3 in midfield. So if they've got 3 in midfield, we sacrifice this second striker to come back in and do the donkey work, chase things down, break up play, and get the ball wide. Ball's won in defence, we get the ball wide into that space. These guys are going to start galloping. So job is, we want to score a goal. We're not going to rely on this man to bomb for. We're all going to bomb for it, because if we're all pushing up and squeezing up, we're putting them under pressure. If we're only doing it in 3s and 2s, 3s and 4s, that is easy to deal with. You know that yourself. The way we're set up here defensively, we're making it hard for them to find channels. Whereas when we break quickly, using our space and using our wide men, so our left winger knows that he needs to be up here. This guy's coming in support. This guy points the attack. There's a midfielder coming in now. So back to that drill we've been doing. Ball comes here. We see the pass. This guy comes forward to take it. Plays it in. All in the way, this guy's already made his move. He's looking to get in here. Plays it into that space. Now, this is all very quick. Literally no more than 3 touches at most. 1 and 2 passes. And the reason why we can do it in 1 and 2 passes, if we can be assured that we know our right back, our left back is going to be in this position to receive the ball. Obviously, it's going to take a quick examination from the guy receiving the ball. Is my man making the run? If he's not making the run, if you're not making the run, that's your fucking problem. You broke the play down. You're okay. If you make the run and we lose it here, well, we lose it here. That's nothing we can do about it. It was a poor ball. Not every one of them is going to be right, but we need to stick to the principles of these attacks. So enough with that. Again, we're going to go over that as the weeks go in. Right. One more thing. I'm not going to dwell too much on this. I've said enough. Here, done this up a couple of years ago. Opponents in possession, disturb the build-up. Okay, so goalkeeper, be alert, follow play, even in the opposition half, act as a sweeper. So that's another point actually I want to bring in for the keepers. We can't leave the keepers out. So really quickly on that one. Shit. Right. Imagine we're pushed up here. We're all pushed up. We're all pushed up to the halfway line. We're squeezing in the opposition. Always going to have our centre backs on the halfway line, or maybe slightly drop back. Well, maybe on the halfway line. You know, sometimes I don't think there's any point being exactly on the halfway line, because these guys are going to break the run. They're going to break the run. At least if you're back here a little bit, it allows you. They play a long ball. It's going to land in here, and this is where we want our keeper in this situation. So this is going for Oren or Oshin. This is your position. That long ball comes in. There's a striker on the shoulders of our centre halves. Long ball played. Here's your options, keeper. Nice and wide here. Full back should be on the way. Once a ball, like full option here, an option here. Because when that ball breaks down and they send a long ball, our fullback should be getting back here after attack. They should be already there. No questions asked. Our wingers should be out here in a positive position, ready to take it on again. So this is the position of the keeper, going to be vital for us too, boys. All right. So again, we'll cover that as the weeks go on. Yeah. So look, this is all self-explanatory. Your right back, left back, centre half. You've all got a job description. The one thing I'd stay mention on the centre backs, we all notice if there's a voice in the centre backs, let him speak. If he's the loudest, listen to that voice, because that voice has to dictate the line. If that defender happens to go on a run, which I hope he doesn't do too often, there's always going to be the defensive midfielder that'll sit in and cover you. This is why we want that third or that second midfielder sitting just in front of our midfield, just so that allows our fullbacks to get forward, and we just have enough men back to hold up the play and allow the fullbacks to get back. All right. So again, once these are all different roles, positions, you can pause this and read these things as they go up and down. If you're an attacking midfielder or a centre midfielder, and sometimes you play in the ring, it's worth your while to read what the wingers are doing or the strikers are doing, maybe, or even if you're that second striker, we ask to come back in midfield and help out. Read what the midfielders are doing defensively and attackingly. Then there's in possession, our build-up phase. So we're looking at transition from defence to attack. Again, all very fancy and technical or whatever, but the way the game's going, we just need to remind ourselves of these things. So again, look, our defenders, when we're in attack, our defenders look to play forward. Do not fucking mess around in that backline with that ball. Play. You got your at this point your fullback should be looking to make a move, looking to take the ball off you. You might be able to spot a run from your left or right winger. Hit the space in front of him if you can, or even so maybe one of your centre defenders or midfielders can drop back and take it off you, and he can pick a pass to the left or right wing. So long as we're advancing forward all the time. The positive thing we need to remember here, boys, is when we win the ball, we're playing forward, ideally on the flanks, because that's where the less traffic is. Most of us are pretty good with 1v1s, and if we fail in the 1v1s, we're pretty good at stopping the play. But that's the thing, that's the trick. We need to remember to stop. We lose the ball, disappointing, we know. You have a job to do next. You have to get back into position and hold your line. Okay, boys, so that's going to be enough of that. I'm going to make more of these videos over time. Give me a wee bit of feedback on these videos, by the way, boys, because if you don't think they're working, they're not going to work. But as I said at the start, everybody's got a different way of learning. So the information is available here for you, boys. All right, so I'm just going to go down here, and you can just pause your video and read the duties of these guys. So here's some more. In transition, the movement. The moment the ball is won, look to play forward, look to attack at speed while opposition is off balance. So again, when we're defending two banks of four, we've got everybody back. So we are kind of looking at a counter attacking. So attack with speed. When the opposition's up, their backline's having a dandy time with their attackers all over the place or in attack. So once it breaks down quickly, nobody likes running backwards. Nobody, fucking the worst thing ever. Yeah, look for 1v1s and 2v2s. So that's going to be enough of that, boys. Alright, so again, wee bit of information on what we're going to do for the next couple of weeks, what we're going to build on, how we're going to build it out from the way we've already been defending, and we're going to give people a license. Once we know everybody's got a job, everybody is expected to do their job. If you're not doing it, you're going to get crucified by the sideline or your teammate. So, boys, no excuses. Now, the information's here. We're going to work on it, and we're going to work extremely hard on it, and we're going to come out very well on it. All right. So, thanks for listening, boys.